Hello YouTube, it's Carrie here, and I think I haven't done a video on food in quite a while, so I want to do this video about food and the kind of food that I eat all the time, and what's helped me lose and maintain weight from my regain. So, yay, food! As most of you know, I do a low-carb diet. A lot of people are doing keto. I think the way that keto is organized online is it's too obsessive for me. Too much tracking, too much calculating. I don't do that. I do much more simplified, low carb, and I don't kill myself over small amounts of flour because when you eat food, you're eating a food in combination. As I discussed in a previous video of mine talking about myths of the food industry, when you look at a label on a box of food, that label reflects some very basic information about the ingredients each with themselves by itself. And when you actually combine foods and then eat them, the way that they're absorbed in your system is different. So if you're calculating let's say sort of like the impact on your glycemic response from the nutrition label on food, that's not really an accurate way to do it. When you eat a regular meal and you have like some protein and you have some vegetables on your dish, when you eat them together, that fiber in your vegetables and the bulk from that is slowing down the digestion of the fats and the proteins. Everything reacts differently when it's actually in your living body. So food, my favorite subject. Let's start off with breakfast. I do eggs sometimes, but very often I'll do sort of like a misto antipasto platter. So I'll do stuff like smoked salmon or smoked fish, or something like cold cuts or salami, and then have it with like a little bit of cheese and some pickled vegetables. I find that's really good. It's something that I can also take on the go. I get those little boxes that have separate containers within them. They're usually used for kimchi. I use mine for antipasto platters. I'll do this for lunches sometimes too, and so I'll have one with olives, and I'll have one with pickled vegetables, and one with cheese, and one with meat. Love that. It sort of takes a while to eat it, and that's a big yay for me. When it comes to eggs, a lot of times I'll do stuff like frittata, like not just the egg, but I'll mix in some veggies in there, sort of like either an omelet style or frittata style. Sometimes with cheese, sometimes without. When I do scrambled eggs, I like to add in a little bit of heavy whipped cream if I have it in the house, because I know it makes it yummy and delicious. And of course, I always add in salt and pepper before I cook it. What else? I very rarely make bacon, to tell you the truth, because I don't know, I'm just like one person, so like getting a whole thing of bacon, like how much bacon can you like really eat before you're like, no more? So I don't really do that. Oftentimes I'll do like cottage cheese, either with cucumber in it or with tomato in it and salt and pepper and maybe a little bit of olive oil. Instead of cottage cheese, sometimes I do the same and use ricotta cheese. There's a place in Niagara that I get really, really good fresh ricotta from, and it's just like the ricotta cheese in Italy, and it's so good. And if I do that, I'll add in either like a little bit of yogurt or sour cream. And yeah, so delicious, very good. Lunches and dinners I sort of have the same, and actually, to tell you the truth, breakfast, sometimes I just have leftovers for breakfast. Especially like stuff like veggie leftovers with like a little bit of, like if I have like leftover salmon, I'll have that cold. I eat a vast array of different stuff when it comes to lunches and dinners and main meals. I eat a fair amount of shrimp and fish. another various seafood. Like I'll make mussels sometimes, because mussels are actually really, really easy to make. If you get like the fresh mussels in that sort of backpack thing, all you have to do is you have you can do it in a wok, or just a big fry pan that's got a cover. And you just put in like olive oil, a little bit of garlic, onion, and whatever seasonings you want to put in there. And then you throw in the mussels, you can put in like a little bit of wine or chicken broth, and then cover it, and then it's 8 minutes and it's done. It's so easy, and there's so many different ways that you can flavor it. It's really good. Because like you can do it with like cream and Dijon mustard and a little bit of wine, and that is just like so good, so good. Or you could even do it with like garlic, tomato, and parsley. That's good too. There's a lot of different ways, and you can like even like cook shrimp in the same type of a thing. If you have like either fresh shrimp or defrosted, uncooked is better for that. I do salads a fair amount for lunches. Not all the time, because I'm not like, oh my god, everything has to be salad and be on a diet. No, it's not even really about that. It's just I like getting my fiber in, quite frankly. Getting to the age where it's like starting to become a thing. So got to make sure that you're regular, so get your nice leafy green veggies in there. I really enjoy salad, and I'll put like lots of different stuff in. And like now that I'm at goal, like when I was trying to lose, I didn't really use beans that much. But now that I'm at goal, I can put like a little bit of beans in, and as long as I'm being active, it's not really something that's going to affect my weight. I do a lot of different types of like functional foods. So like if I need iron, I'm going to eat something like liver. I either like chicken livers, or I'll do like veal liver. I found at the store the other day lamb liver, which I don't think I've ever had before. So how I'm going to make it is I'm actually going to cut it up into slices, like cutlet style slices, and pat it dry, season it, and then do a little bit of just a flour dusting, and then it goes in the pan with a combination of butter and olive oil to brown it. Take that out and then make a sauce, and I don't know, maybe I'll make it with wine or broth or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure it out yet. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to make it. I think I have some mushrooms in the fridge, so I might do mushrooms in the pan first, take the mushrooms out after I cook them, then put in the liver, take that out, and then what you do is basically you're adding wine, and it's like some types of like flavored liquids to the fond. Like the fond is that stuff that sticks to the bottom of your pan. When you're doing something like this, you generally don't use a nonstick pan because you want stuff to stick a little bit to the bottom, because you use that little bit of flour and salt and oil that's at the bottom there as like the base of your sauce. And then I'll thicken it up with a little bit of butter at the end when I finish it. And basically that you take it off of the heat, and then you whisk a little bit and pop in a little bit of cold butter, and it makes this amazing sauce. And then just pour it over everything. Or you can put the mushrooms in and then pour that over the liver. It's yummy. Chicken liver I do sometimes too, although really not that often. Salmon I do definitely on a regular basis, and I just make that in the toaster oven. I do lots of different vegetables. I love produce. I love fresh produce. Like going to the farmer's market in the summer is like an awesome thing. And of course, pretty much anything is good done in like blanch it first or steam it, and then put it in a pan with olive oil, garlic, chili pepper, and salt and pepper. Oh, it's so good. Just like brown it up like that. And when you're browning, like I find it's good to like don't stir things too often, because you don't want your veggies to get mushy. So just let it kind of crust up, and then flip the pan. If you gotta watch your Jamie Oliver, I think, to like get your pan flipping skills up. I don't do a whole lot of stuff that's sort of like carb substitutes. So like like mashed cauliflower or cauliflower rice. I find I don't really miss that stuff anymore. And like if I had a cauliflower, there's probably better things I would want to do with it that I find tastier instead of like trying to emulate a texture. And when I eat it, I'm not going to get the same, feel or texture or taste that I would get when I would actually be eating like a mashed potato or rice. So I don't generally do that. Roast cauliflower with, garlic, olive oil, and chili pepper in the oven is delicious. So yeah, like if you don't want to do something in the pan, you can roast it in the oven. I do lots of stuff like that, like, sort of simplified cooking, but stuff that tastes really, really good. And as far as dessert, generally my go-to if I want something a little bit sweet is going to be berries. I like strawberries and blueberries cut up and then mixed in with like a little bit of sour cream. That's really good. And then recently I've been having that with a little bit of, I found some glazed walnuts, crushed walnuts that are done as like a salad topping here in the States, but they have actually a fairly low sugar count. So like I think for like 2 tablespoons, it's like 2 grams of sugar, and I only use 1 tablespoon. So like 1 gram of sugar is not going to do anything, and it gives sort of like a different texture and a little bit of like a sweet crunch to it, and it's actually really good. We just had watermelon in the fridge, so I've been like, I'll have like a slice of watermelon, something like that. I have to be careful with certain types of fruit, like pineapple and pears, that are very, very high in sugar, even cherries. I have to be very careful with that stuff, and generally I stay away from it because that's just something I don't risk. Now that I'm sort of at goal, I do have, and even actually along the way, I have had sort of like a carb here and there. The stuff that I like to have will be something like half of a sweet potato with sour cream and chives. But like that half a sweet potato is going to be like so filling. I'm not really going to be able to eat anything else. And so that'll be like, a whole meal. And I don't have it like every meal every day for a week. I'll have it like once in a blue moon. Yeah, that's about it. I'm probably going to be doing some recipes soon, so if there's any like ingredients that anybody's interested in seeing a recipe for, let me know, because I'm working on the recipes for the book, and it's actually going pretty well. I think I don't know, I've only worked on it for a few days now, and I think I probably have at least 20 or 25, maybe a bit more, maybe closer to 30 recipes down. So that's good. It's going at a good pace. I want to get all that done. I'm doing a big push for that this week, and then I'm going to be testing out the recipes because they've all got to be tested. So got to make sure it's delicious, guys. I've been doing really good since surgery. So as some of you guys know that follow me on Facebook, I did the color run yesterday, and that was really fun. And then at 2 months post-op from plastic surgery, I had a lower body lift and extended medial thigh lift with Dr. Katzen in Los Angeles. And I only, like, it's pretty normal to have irregular cycles after plastics. So I didn't have it until like this week. And with it along came a ton of water weight. So my weight is actually up like 4 pounds. And if you can imagine, like, and I totally feel it. Like my body literally feels turgid. But I'll give you guys like a little body shot here. Let me do the backup thing. So this is me bloated from my cycle right now, and it's still, honestly, it still amazes me when I look at my figure these days. It's just I'm not quite used to it yet. I'll be going in for the upper set July 23rd. Very excited about that. Because this is all Victoria's Secret, completely an illusion. And then I've been waiting to get rid of these, I won't even go there, for a long time. And I can't even tell you how much I can't wait to like wear like short sleeve shirts. Like seriously, I have not worn like tank tops or short sleeve shirts like in a very long time and not felt like super self-conscious of it. So I generally try to avoid them. Anyhow, hope everyone's having a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.